Ram Hari Hari. Namo Mishrapadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Mishrapadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Satarine. Umajnanatimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Mandegam Sri Guru Shri Yuta Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Sabadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Sudem Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Pancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhe Vachapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Isvaraga Paramaga Krishnaga Sachidananda Vigraga Anadi Radir Govindaga Sarvakarana Karanam. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge. That is Raja Guhyam, the king of confidence, the king of secrets. So Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, what is the secret? The secret is that when we think of Krishna, when we remember Krishna, we will go to him. Mam evaisisi. You will come to me. That's what we should know. And we should think of Krishna all the time. That should be the goal of our life. That's what we are understanding from Bhagavad Gita. So now, to achieve the steady intelligence, then only we can go to Goloka, Krishna as well. So we need to, yesterday I mentioned about achieving Siddhi, perfection. So then only we can go to Brahman platform. So now, in this material way, simply being a devotee of Krishna, that means simply following what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita, we will go to him. That's it. Vedesu yajnesu tapassu chaiva danesu yat punya palam pradishtam atyeti tatsarvam idam viditva yogi paramsthanam upaiti chadi. So that's it. If we just understand this Bhagavad Gita, then whatever we get by Veda, or tapa, austerity, or yajna, everything we are going to get. We don't have to go and do individually to do all these things, studying Vedas or performing tapas, austerities, or performing yajna. So like that, we don't have to differentiate. Simply by knowing this Bhagavad Gita, simply by understanding this Bhagavad Gita, we are going to get everything. So this Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge where Krishna is teaching us that if we know this fully, then there is nothing else is there for us to know. So we have to completely understand this Bhagavad Gita. And it's not that hard. Simply 18 chapters, 700 verses. And they are all very, very easy to understand. Whatever Krishna is teaching in this Bhagavad Gita, the song of God, it's actually very much enjoyable for us to hear about this Bhagavad Gita. Shunume, like that Krishna is saying many times in this Bhagavad Gita. You hear from me, like that. Bhuyayeva mahabahu shunume paramam vachaha yatekam priyamanaya vakshyami hitakamyaya. Now you hear from me again. Bhuyeva mahabhago shrunume paramam vachanam. Yatyegam priyamanaya vakshyami hitakamya. I am giving you this knowledge because you are very dear to me. And I am giving you this knowledge for your benefit. So Krishna loves all of us. Today, at this point of time, if you are studying this Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge, it is given by Krishna, even to teach Bhagavad Gita, even to study Bhagavad Gita. We need Krishna's causeless mercy, which Krishna is giving equally to everyone, of course. We need Krishna's mercy to study Bhagavad Gita. We need Krishna's mercy to spread this message, to teach this Bhagavad Gita. But Krishna's mercy is causeless. That's what we always say, that causeless mercy, like. So, only thing is that we have to make use of His mercy, that prasad, Krishna's mercy. We have to make use of it. We have to understand this Bhagavad Gita very well and follow what Krishna says in this Bhagavad Gita. So if we make use of Krishna's this mercy, so if we study and understand this Bhagavad Gita, then we will be able to achieve Krishna's, Goloka. So that way, Krishna is teaching in this Bhagavad Gita that my devotee never perishes. So being a devotee of Krishna is very important. So he will take care of us very well. We are under Krishna's protection. When Krishna wants to save someone, nobody can destroy him. Nobody can harm him. That's what we need to understand. So that's why Krishna is asking Arjuna to tell boldly, to declare boldly that my devotee never perishes. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktaga pranashyat. Me bhaktaga na pranashyat. So we just have to be a devotee of Krishna. So then we are going to go to Goloka. So that is the reason we are able to study this Bhagavad Gita, understand all the slokas very well. We know about mind, senses, intelligence, and how they are related, and how to gain intelligence, and how to not lose intelligence, and how to control our mind, how to gain determination, dhriti. Everything Krishna is teaching in this Bhagavad Gita. If you just follow what Krishna says in this Bhagavad Gita, so then we are going to gain intelligence. Because if we don't follow in this Bhagavad Gita, that means that is known as ayuktasya. If you follow this Bhagavad Gita, so that means yuktasya. Adhyesyate chayimam dharmyam samvadam avayo jnana yajnena tenaham ishtagashyam iti me mati. That's what Krishna is teaching. Anyone who hears about our instructions, our discussions, adhyesyate chayimam dharmyam samvadam avayo. Samvadam, equal discussion between Krishna and Arjuna. Anyone who hears, so by jnana yajnena tenaham ishtagashyam iti me. So with the knowledge, with the jnana yajna, with the knowledge, they will develop love towards me. Ishtagashyam iti me. That is true. Whatever Krishna says is true only. It is science only. Anyone who studies Bhagavad Gita will become a devotee of Krishna. There is no doubt. We are all devotees of Krishna. There is no doubt because we are studying this Bhagavad Gita. So that way, anyone who studies this Bhagavad Gita, anyone who takes shelter under this Bhagavad Gita will become devotee of Krishna. Idam jnanam upashitya mama sadharmyam agata. That's what Krishna is. So just taking shelter into this Bhagavad Gita, so you will attain my nature. So many persons in the past already achieved Krishna by just taking shelter into this Bhagavad Gita. Parambhuyega pravakshami jnananam jnanamuttamam yajnatva munayega sarve param siddhim mitho gatar. So I am explaining the knowledge, the ultimate knowledge. By knowing this, many sages in the past have achieved perfection, have gone to Krishna. So that's why param siddhim mitho gatar. So that way, Saddhavan anasuyascha Sunyatapi yo naraka. Sopi muktaga subal lokan prapniyat punya karmanam. That's what Krishna says. So, without any envy, with faith, if we just listen to this Bhagavad Gita, that's what Sadhavan Anasuyascha Sunyatapi yo naraka. Sunyat means if you hear, if you understand, if you listen to this Bhagavad Gita without any envy, so with faith, so then Sopi Muktaga Subal Lokan Prapniyat Punya Karmana. So then we are going to go to Krishna's well, we are going to go to Goloka. And it is true for all of us here. We are listening to Bhagavad Gita, Sunyat. We are hearing. And we have complete faith on Krishna. Shraddhava. And we don't envy Krishna at all. Because we love him. We love our Krishna, the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. We love him. So we don't envy Krishna. So that means, Sopi Muktaga Subal Logan Prapniyat Punya Karmanam. So we are going to go to Krishna's well, there is no doubt. We are on the right path, right direction. And Krishna's causeless mercy. We are getting this knowledge, which is the light, this lamp, this jnana, deepa. So with which all the darkness is destroyed and we are able to see the way. We are able to see the way to Goloka, Krishna's way. Otherwise, without this knowledge, it's full dark. So we don't see the way. We are in the dense forest of illusion. Moha Kalilam. So here Maya is very strong and very powerful. And each and every direction we are getting actually fooled. We are getting attracted by this material veil. So we are forgetting Krishna. We are developing that attachment to the material sense objects. So that means we are fooling ourselves. We are cheating ourselves. We are destroying ourselves. Without this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we are harming ourselves. So only by studying this Bhagavad Gita, only we can do anything which is good for ourselves. This knowledge only brings happiness in our life. Nothing else brings happiness. Building a house or buying something and car and this and that, nothing is going to bring happiness. Because we already understood the meaning for happiness, the definition of happiness we already understood. In the second chapter, we already studied and understood. Krishna is teaching very clearly that Asantasya Kuta Sukham, when there is no peace of mind, where from happiness comes. So that we understood the definition for happiness. So we need to have peace of mind, means we need to connect our mind with Krishna. Then only we will have peace of mind. So that's what is known as Yukta, Yuktasya. So our Chitta is very important. Our thoughts should be only on Krishna. We should focus only on Krishna, our Chitta. Machitta. Krishna is using the word Machitta many times in this Bhagavad Gita. Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayantaga Parasparam Kadayantascha Manityam Tushyanti Charamanti. That's what we should be doing. We should be all the time remembering Krishna only and talking about Krishna only, discussing everything about Krishna only. And our life should be dedicated only in Krishna's service. We should not be attached to anything in this material world. Vivikta Sevi Lagvasi. That's what Krishna is teaching. So we should try to live in a solitary place and eat little. Everything should be under control. So that's what Vivikta Sevi Lagvasi. Yatava Kaya Manasa. So our Vak Kaya Manasa. So our speech, my body, mind, everything should be regulated, should be controlled. Yatava Kaya Manasa. Dhyana Yoga Paro Nityam. Vairagyam Samupashita. So engaging in this Dhyana Yoga, that is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, focusing our mind on Krishna. Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga Paro Nityam. Vairagyam Samupashita. So by getting this determination, Vairagyam, that's what is very important. So Vairagyam Samupashita. Ahankaram, Balam, Darpam, Kamam, Krodam, Parigraham, Vimuchya, Nirmamaga, Shanto, Brahma Bhuyaya, Kalpata. So we should be liberated from, we should be freed from ahankaram, false ego, balam, darpam, kamam, krodham. So strength, false strength, and lust, and there is the desires to enjoy the material sense objects, and kama, krodha, everything, ahankaram, balam, darpam, pride, all such things. We should be freed from all those things. Vimuchya, nirmamaga, shanto. Vimuchya means freed from, nirmamaga means not claiming anything as our own. So, not claiming any proprietorship. Nirmamaga. Shanto Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpade. Then we will get the peace of mind. Then only we will get the peace of mind. Otherwise, there is no peace of mind. The peace of mind comes only when we focus our mind on Krishna. Otherwise, we are going to lose peace of mind. That's a very important thing. In this material world, we think that people are really getting rich and they are doing a lot of things and we think that they are happy. But that is not true. No one is happy. We need to understand very well. In this material world, no one can be happy because this is a Dukkalayam. So how one can be happy in this miserable place? Only a devotee of Krishna can be happy because he is not living in this material platform. He is able to transcend the material senses, material sense objects, everything. He is able to focus the mind only on Krishna. So at that point of time, a devotee can be happy, but not anyone else in this material world can be happy. So that way, Krishna consciousness is the science, king of knowledge. This Bhagavad Gita is the song of God, but it is the Raja Vidya, it is the king of knowledge. So we are so fortunate to get this knowledge, understand this Bhagavad Gita. We are able to now in the second chapter understand all the answers given by Krishna for Arjuna's question about the symptoms of a self-realized person. That is Sthita Prajna. We already understood about the Sankhya Yoga, about the soul. We are not the body, we are the soul. That we understood very clearly. And we also understood about the Buddhi Yoga. So Krishna is teaching us that what is Buddhi Yoga? That is giving up the attachment to the results and acting. So that is what is known as Buddhi Yoga. So not having any attachment to the results. Karma palam tyaktva. So that is what is called Buddhi Yoga. Karmajam Buddhi Yuktahi palam tyaktva manishna. So palam tyaktva manishna. We should give up all the attachment to the results. So that's what is called Buddhi Yoga. So then Janma Bandha Vinirmukta Padam Gachanti Anamayam. Then we will be freed from the bondage to birth and we will reach the place, destination where there are no more miseries. So that's what Padam Gachanti Anamayam. So that Padam, that place, supreme abode, we are going to go. It's simply a matter of time. We don't know when, but we are all on the right path and we are going to go to Goloka. There is no doubt about it. Because this Bhagavad Gita is the boat of knowledge. It's carrying us. This Bhagavad Gita is carrying us. It's actually helping us to cross this ocean of material miseries. This Jnana Plavene, this boat of knowledge is helping us. So we are able to burn all the reactions into ashes with this Bhagavad Gita because it is the Jnanagni, it is the fire of knowledge. So with the fire of knowledge, all the reactions are getting completely burned. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge, so which helps us to completely free ourselves from this material world. So Naiskarmya Siddhim Paramam Sanyasena Adhikaccha. So that's what we will get, the complete freedom from all the reactions, and then we will achieve the supreme destination. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, in the second chapter, we successfully finished 68 slokas. So Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita, in the sloka number 67, we studied Indriyanam hicharata yanmanonu vidiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavam ivambasi. So even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away the intelligence. So just like a boat on the water is swept away by a strong wind. So as a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence. So that way we need to make sure that our intelligence should not be carried away by the senses. If we focus our mind on the sense object, so that means our intelligence is going to be lost. We will be losing our intelligence. So that way, in order to not lose our intelligence, in order to gain intelligence, we should focus our mind only on Krishna. If our mind focuses on anything else, then we are going to lose intelligence. So in the next sloka, what we studied yesterday, Krishna is teaching them, Tasmadasya makapaho nigrihitani sarvashaga indriyani indriyartebhyas tasya prajna pratishtita. Therefore, Tasmad, O mighty armed Arjuna, therefore, you bring back all the senses and keep it under your control. That's what Nigrihitani Sarvasaka. So if we let the senses roam, then there is a problem. So we should not let our senses roaming. We should control them. That's why Krishna, we already studied in this sloka number 64, Ragadvesa Vimuktaishtu Visayan Indriyaischaran Atmavasegi Videyatma Prasadam Adhigachati. So we should bring all the senses under the control of ourselves. That's why Tasmadasya Mahabhago Nigrihitani Sarvasaga Indriyani Indriyarthebhyas. So all the senses we should bring it back under the control of the self. So from the sense objects we need to bring. So his intelligence is very well established. Tasya prajna pratisthita. Therefore, O mighty arm, one whose senses are restrained from their object is certainly of steady intelligence. Then in the next sloka, sloka number 69, Krishna is teaching us that Yanisha sarvabhutana tasyam jagrati samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sanisha pashyate mune Pasyato mune Yanisha sarvabhutanam tashyam jagrati samyam. So what is night for all living beings, all living entities, is a day for a person who has controlled his mind. So jagrati samyam. So self-control. So for the self-controlled person, there is the day. So that means our night and day are different in this way. Because the way of life itself is completely different. In fact, even in reality, even if we talk about day and night also, it is like that. See, the devotees, they go to bed early and get up early, and then they will do this sadhana, especially in the Brahma Muhurta time. So, literally speaking, the day and night. But here Krishna is referring to the way of life itself. So what we do is completely different than the materialistic persons. So that's why what is the night for all living beings is the day for the introspective sage, samyam. Yasyam jagrati bhutani sanisha pashyati. That's what introspective sage. So what is the day for all living beings is the night for an introspective sage. So sanisha pasyatum. So that way our life with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita will be completely different. We can't even imagine now without Krishna, our life. We can't even imagine a life without following this Bhagavad Gita, without serving Krishna. It's very difficult for us. Very, very difficult. So that way, we are living in a totally different platform with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, fully fixing our mind on Krishna, focusing our intelligence on Krishna, doing everything for Krishna. So that way our life is full of Krishna consciousness. So that's why Krishna is teaching here that, so it will be different. So what is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control. And the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective stage. So that's why we should not become ourselves a victim of this materialistic world, this materialistic culture. So we have to be very, very careful. We just have to follow this Bhagavad Gita. So vivikta desi sevitvam. So we need to try to live in a solitary place. Arattigi janasamsati. So where there is not much people, we should not be going to places where there are a lot of people. So then asakti anavisvangaga putradara grihadishu. So So all these things are very important. We should give up all attachments to anything in this material world. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, it will happen. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished this sloka number 69 in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namni. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namni. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna. Timir Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Thank you Guruji for the wonderful class. I request the devotees to kindly use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. A Venkat Nagarjun Prabhu and Hina Mataji says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you Guruji for today's class.
Hare Krishna, Hema Mataji.
Okay, Guruji, we don't have any questions. So thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Asha Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for nice session.
Yes, Mataji.
By Krishna's mercy, daily we are learning a lot.
Yes, Mataji.
Guruji.
Yes, Krishna's
When
mercy.
our attachment will change, then only it is possible, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji, for
Thank you,
taking
Mataji.
us in Krishna conscious daily.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Ravindra Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hema Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. With the mercy of the Lord, I think we are able to progress properly and in the right direction. Thank you so much for your kind guidance. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
It's a wonderful class, very nicely going on, and we are enjoying this Krishna consciousness very thoroughly. No questions for today, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. SK Garg Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Guruji, I'm sorry I missed the lecture, though I was online, but I couldn't attend, so I will have to listen it through the YouTube, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu.
And so therefore, no question from my side, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Shashi Kopat Mataji, Hare Krishna. Ramarai Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much for the wonderful class, Guruji.
Thank you,
Very
Mataji.
grateful for you to enlighten us in the path of Krishna consciousness. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Sunita Balaji Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
I'm just
Krishna.
attending for the first time.
Yes, Mataji.
Nice to listen to.
Very nice. So where are you, Mataji?
Mysore.
You are joining from Mysore. Very nice. Very nice. So today you are already in our WhatsApp group?
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Very nice. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskaram Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Namaskaram to all Prabhuji and Mataji who are attending. So I gone through the slokas. The only thing is that it is not getting by hearted. I have to practice a lot.
Yes, Prabhu.
So the essence of the thing is you stay with Krishna consciousness. So whatever you learn in Gita, put to practice on day-to-day life.
Yes, Prabhu.
And be determined on the goal. So
Yes, Prabhu.
you will get the happiness when you stay in Krishna consciousness. That is the Tatparyam I learned.
Yes, Prabhu. That's correct. That's the real happiness comes. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna. Gayatri Shivakumar Mataji. Brinda Jaising Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. So Guruji, you said today that not to get too involved with lots of people and go out much and, try to, so that our senses don't go out also too much.
Exactly.
Yes, to keep our senses under control.
Yes.
So, yes, Guruji. But also, at the same time, we get involved with our devotees also, or satsang or whatever. There is a crowd also. But till we practice, and then that feeling sometimes comes that he or she is so much ahead of me and I'm behind. I don't know much of the Sanskrit shlokas. Sometimes that feeling comes. When will I be able to recite so many shlokas, which I find very difficult at times.
Yeah,
So
that feeling can come, but there won't be any enviousness. There is
no enviousness, but that feeling is there that I don't know so many shlokas. I'm not able to recite and memorize at this point of time. So that feeling sometimes does come in me that I also.
Krishna only gives us the knowledge. He will give, Mother. No problem. He will definitely give us. So, yes, Mother. Next, anyhow, we are going to go to Goloka by remembering Krishna at the time of death. If not, again, we are going to continue serving Krishna. We are on the right path. So that way, Krishna he knows. He will give what we need. Yes, Mother.
Yes, Guruji. So the main purpose of being secluded yourself in a proper place and chanting is so that our senses are under the control of ourselves and we don't waver here and there too much, because senses can just take you away, losing your intelligence and mind.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes,
So that's why
Guruji.
Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita, senses, mind, everything should be under our control.
Control. Yes, Guruji. Very nice learning. And the more we remember our learnings also will keep us on track with you and Krishna consciousness. Yes.
No doubt. We have a lot of opportunities to please Krishna. Definitely we will succeed, no doubt.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Guruji, I have one question or doubt, Guruji. Today's shloka you told that yogi, night will be, for us if it is night, for him it is day. Then for a day, for him night. Why? That's what, why is like that? I want to know.
It is not literally day and night, we should not see like that. But it is what the yogi is doing is completely different than what the materialistic person is doing. So when we are alert, means when we are remembering Krishna, when we are engaged in service of Krishna. So the materialistic people are so much engaged in serving their senses. They trying to enjoy the sense objects. So that's what is happening, correct? So devotee normally, even literally speaking, also day and night, we are supposed to go to bed early and get up early, all such things. But the materialistic person, they will go and eat their dinner only very late and then go to bed very late and then in the morning they would be able to get up on time, all such things. So that way, devotee focuses on this Bhagavad Gita. His life is fully Krishna. So it is completely bright. So that way, the devotee's day is it's fully Krishna consciousness. The devotee's night is completely out of this material consciousness. So that way, this material consciousness is the night for the devotee. So that way, devotee is not engaged in the material consciousness and always engaged in the Krishna consciousness, brightly. Whereas the materialistic people, they are always in material consciousness, but not in Krishna consciousness. You understand that?
That's what. Then for yogi, when night he will be Krishna consciousness. In the daytime he is not.
No, it's not like literally day and night. We should not be considering like that, Mataji. So what? The yogi is always in Krishna consciousness. There is day for him. For him, night is the material consciousness. So he is not after. So night means it's darkness. We don't know anything, correct? So that means the The yogi is completely out of material consciousness, only in Krishna consciousness. Whereas the opposite is true for the materialistic people.
No, I was only wondering about why for us it's okay. For us, we know very well day and night. But for yogi, why it is opposite? For us, it is normal day and night. What we consider for yogi, it is opposite. What is
We are all
yogi?
yogis. We are all Bhagavad Gita. If you are following Bhagavad Gita, if you have faith on Krishna, so that means you are a yogi. That's it.
For a yogi, it will be different. For me, if I am a devotee, per day will be night, night will be day. That is how I understood. If I
So that's why
become yogi,
literally we should not be taking the day and night. That is not nice. Comparison. Krishna gives the analogy, correct? When he says that Yavanattaga Udapane Sarvataga Samplutodake. So Krishna is using the comparison like a well water and a lake water. So Krishna is saying that this entire Vedas itself is like a well water, but knowing the purpose of Vedas is the lake water. So like that only here he is comparing the day and night for the devotees and the material people. Understand that?
more doubt. You told if the person should go to the secluded place and just to have a Indriya Nigraha, then Indriya will be Nigraha, it will become. So even if we are just sitting alone and doing also, for example, any fasting day or something like that, but that Indriya Nigraha is also difficult because even though there are no people around and all, we are staying alone, but still we'll get a feeling that I should eat that, I should eat this. Nice dishes we will remember even after fasting. That means even in the secluded place also, the thoughts will be coming, no, Guruji.
But that will go away over a period of time when you are focusing on Krishna. That's why you are chanting. So that's why Krishna is saying that that is not the right thing to do. Remembering, thinking about the sense objects while trying to control the mind. So while control the senses, and if the mind is focusing on the sense objects, that is not the right thing. So that's why we need to develop that love towards Krishna. When we have that love towards Krishna, then automatically those things, your mind will not go there. So that's why param drishtva nivartate. By experiencing the higher taste, you will give up the lower taste.
Yeah, that's correct, Guruji. But why these thoughts are coming? Is it because
it will go away. It will over a period of time when you practice, then these thoughts won't come at all.
It will all.
That means that we need to still do a lot of practice. That's the main thing.
Okay. Is it because of my swabhava? Something like that?
No, it's because our practice is not perfect. We need to practice.
Okay, Guruji. I'll focus on that.
Yes. So practice makes perfect and permanent.
Yes, Guruji. Okay, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sashireka Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji, taking forward from what Chandrakanta Mataji asked, I'm also not very clear about the day and night comparison. I'm a little confused. So I was just wondering if you can explain that again.
Yes, Mataji. So I'm just sharing the screen. So Yanisha. Hare Krishna, Mataji. So Yanisa Sarvabhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Samya. So there are two classes. So there is one is intelligent in material activities for sense gratification, and the other is introspective and awake to the cultivation of self-realization. So that is the thing. So daytime we are doing our activities, correct? Normally nighttime we are sleeping. So here, what is day for the devotees is night for the materialistic persons means. So materialistically speaking, so nighttime we are sleeping, so that means we are not doing any activity. So that means when the devotees are fully engaged in serving Krishna, the materialistic people is completely night for them for because they are not engaged in Krishna's service. They don't have this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. They don't serve Krishna. They don't remember Krishna. So that means it's a night. Night means you don't know anything about it. You are sleeping. You are sleeping in the sense you are not following all this Krishna consciousness. So that's what
Guruji. Yeah, Guruji. The first part is clear. The first part is very clear. That what is day for the yogi is actually night for the devotee. That part is clear to me. It's only the second part that I'm confused about.
No, in the second part, when the materialistic persons are so much engaged in their materialistic activities, so a devotee is not aware of that at all. So the devotee is it's night for the devotees. So for him that is a night. So he's not.
Okay. Now I understood, Guruji. Now I understood. So the second, in the first, what we are saying is that it's the yogi is busy. For him, what is day is actually Krishna consciousness.
Exactly.
And during that time, the non-yogi, the normal people, are the people who are actually, they are so involved, busy in the materialistic world that it's actually equivalent to darkness because it is not in Krishna consciousness. Whereas for whatever is their day, which means they are so busy in the material world, that day is actually night for Krishna consciousness people because they are not aware of those material things.
That is correct.
Is my understanding right?
It is correct. Perfect. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, Guruji, for taking the time to explain that to me, because I was a little confused. See, normally the shlokas are not so difficult to understand, but sometimes once in a way, when a comparison like this comes, then I think it's important for us to understand.
These shlokas, it is like that. When we literally compare with day and night, it's confusion. So
yeah, I understand. Yeah. So very, very, very grateful to you for clarifying that so well to me, Guruji. Thank you so much. Because I was just waiting for Chandrakanta. I didn't want to raise a hand. I thought, let Chandrakanta Mataji finish. And anyway, you're explaining to her. So if it becomes clear, then no need to ask. That's what I thought. Thank you very much, Guruji. Thank you so much for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. We need this daily dose to keep ourselves on track. But it's a very beautiful journey, Guruji. This journey is very beautiful, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. And the important thing is the transformations are so subtle, so minute, and we have to be really aware and conscious to make sure that we are noticing that change. That's what I have realized. And I'm now, whenever I'm learning something new, even scientifically, when I'm understanding a medical thing or something like that, I'm quickly able to connect it to Bhagavad Gita. That isn't this what Krishna said? It is. That is the. So my entire thought process is connecting most things back to Bhagavad Gita now. So that is what is happening, and I'm enjoying that so much. Which means that I am constantly thinking of Bhagavad Gita. I'm constantly relating to Bhagavad Gita, which is a beautiful thing for me, because that is what we want to do. And if it is happening without my effort, I'm able to do it, then it is only Krishna's mercy, Guruji. Thank you so much. And it is because you are day in and day out giving this knowledge to us. Thank you so much, Guruji. Very, very indebted to you, very grateful to you. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Suresh Tabi Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Very, very nice explanation of the verse. Now, as she asked Shashireka Mataji, so it's more clear to Guruji, everybody.
Yes.
Very nice explanation. Very nice class, Guruji, today. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Venkata Nagarjuna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you Guruji for today class. Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you. All devotees are asking questions in very well manner. Thank you Guruji. Hare Krishna Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. No questions, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Purniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So last, more or less this week, most of the slokas what you have explained, all are very interesting and made us to think on the proper way in many senses. That is the thing I can just say. Even today's sloka, many people asked about the understanding of the meaning of what the sloka says. And even if you say the previous slokas, 66, 67, 68, all slokas are very, very practical.
Yes.
And this week, mostly the questions are mostly more because I think the slokas are like that.
Yes.
And your explanation gave us a very eye-opening thing in many cases. That is the thing. Today, after hearing last few days, what I felt is only Hinduism. I don't know. By God's grace, I have born in this and many people. Only Hinduism is following the not following the friendship with all cow and even cat and all these things equally. Even the plants are equally treated like all are having. Only Hinduism gives that knowledge. But what I felt. And over and above that, the Krishna's Bodhanas through Bhagavad Gita is giving us more importance to these things. And we don't generally, in general, many people Hindus eat these things, mutton and all these things. But at the same time, many are regretting not taking that and mostly like Krishna consciousness. And especially even those who are eating also, they eat in a week only in a particular day, not all the days. So at least Hinduism is teaching that type of thing. Whereas if you go to other thing, Christianity and Islam, there they don't give importance to this. That is very, very this thing. That
Bhagavad
means.
Gita is science. That's it. Science means it's applicable to everyone.
But we don't know whether Jesus has taught like that. We don't know whether he is really told that is in Islam their God. We are not clear. All these things are living with us and helping us. All cat and many things are, and we are in our Hinduism. They are only kept as even Ganpati means we go for rat as it's this thing, and Shiva means we go for bullock. So there this thing. Even for Krishna also we follow the bird. This thing. So similarly, but we don't know what Islam or all these things are really telling in that. And mostly the education system also, yesterday we discussed in detail many people. Education after English has come, that means the money has given the more important. The total teaching by Hinduism is totally were different previously. And after that, the English has come. then the whole education system is changed, totally changed, and the people are gone to rot by making only education is only to make money. That means even the child before birth, people are planning whether to make doctor or whether to make engineer and how much money we have to earn to do that. That type of thinking has started recently, not recently, even 10, 12, 10, 15 years before. So these are all very bad things which are coming in. What to do? This is the, but only Bhagavad Gita and similar Hinduism only teaching that till you follow this. That is my, after hearing your Bhagavad Gita's lectures, that was all my thinking, and how we are very difficult to change today's world. At least we can try our level best to, by through Bhagavad Gita, we can teach people to change. That's the only thing we can do. We can spread, as you rightly said, we can spread Krishna's Bhagavad Gita. That is the only answer for that, and it will take time. Anyway, we have to wait and do it. That's the thing I felt hearing. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Sunil Srivas Prabhu. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. No questions, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Namaste, Guruji.
Ravin Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Are you able to hear now, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thanks for keeping us in Krishna consciousness, Guruji. Wonderful class, Guruji. Good questions, good explanations, Prabhuji. So the day and night, Prabhuji, how I understand is that the yogis during the day, they are in a secluded place, engaged into self rather than engaging into the worldly material matters. So the others think that this guy is sleeping because he's not doing anything. So it is night for others. So whereas the day for non-yogi, he is just engaging into everything that one should not be doing. So the yogi will consider that as a night. Is that correct, Prabhuji, my understanding?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. So it's a good shloka and good explanation, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for continuing our journey into Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji. In spite of all odds, Prabhuji, you are devoting your time. Thank you, and really indebted for that, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, all devotees.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Guruji, my apologies, Guruji. I was in another call, so I could not focus on the class, Guruji, but I did chanting along with you, Guruji. That's a wonderful benefit for us, Guruji. Around 30 participants were in the call today. So when we did a 2-round, it counts to 60 rounds of chanting, Guruji. That really helps. And I heard this conversation between you and Sasireka Mataji. What she said is absolutely correct, Guruji. I will go through the recording to understand the contents, the essence of it. But what she said is correct, because whatever we read now, we relate to Bhagavad Gita, Guruji. So it's easy to understand any complex issues, whatever it is. When we read with the Bhagavad Gita's knowledge, it is all we are able to understand quite easily, Guruji. We can resolve the issues, and we know all these things are. And this also relate to Kanchi Mahapareva. So mostly those planning commission people like Vittal and all, they carry that whatever planning they're doing in central government to seek his opinion. So I was wondering how these sadhus can help. That's all very intricate technical issues and other things. How these sadhus were able to, the Swamijis, all they were able to resolve. That's all through this, Guruji. Even with my little knowledge in Bhagavad Gita, when I am able to achieve progress, I can imagine people who are imbibing this essence of divinity, and it's going to really connect with us to divine, Guruji. More and more we progress. And like Shashi Raka Mataji said, those dosages, daily dosages, Guruji, and it has to, so the dosage means you should have a morning dose, afternoon dose, evening dose, Guruji. Something that I'm missing, I'm trying to take all dosages at one shot, like reading the recording session. That's also not, Guruji. I have to take it in a dose like a homeopathic medicine. Every 1 hour I should open up the sloga, read, then 1 hour, something like that. That's what really a dosage means. So currently it goes on a daily dosage or a weekly dosage, Guruji. Yes, right. I will also improve myself, Guruji, to that in a periodic interval, every 1.5 hours or every 2 hours, something like that, Guruji, to improve myself. Very good. Like Parnyapan Prabhu said, Hinduism is a name given by Westerners, Guruji. So the Sanatana Dharma, which is the root, which has been always there, and rest of the people based on the lifestyle other religions evolved. That is all very much region based, Guruji. But our Bhagavad Gita is a true global lifestyle, Guruji. It's a science. And religions are formed just to uplift the people. So whatever the prevailing, sorry, Guruji. So whatever the prevailing culture that forms a religion, Guruji. So in terms of comparing Bhagavad Gita with other religion will not align, Guruji. It won't take us. But we can understand that the rest of the religions, all a subset of Bhagavad Gita, yet to be refined. When a Muslim or a Christian, if he refines himself, if he really love their neighbor, that's what Srila Prabhupada clearly says. Everyone preach love thy neighbor, then why there is a slaughterhouse? It's not. So if they refine themselves, they will come and end up in Bhagavad Gita, Guruji. Thank you for refining us. Thank you very much, Guruji. Thanks for all the sadhus who are assembled over here. It has been a blessing, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. As I always say, happy to get custody of it. Thank you very much. Looking forward to meet you in the month of September, Guruji. All is well. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Your camera is still giving the pinkish color, Guruji. If you need to change your laptop, then in any case, if I can help you, I'm happy, Guruji. Please tell me, Guruji. Hare Krishna to you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Dandavat Pranam, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Dhanavad Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna.
Manojin Sahib Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. We'll again see tomorrow. I'm not able to play Prabhupada's Kirtana.